last 3 games. They all went to overtime, and just the 7th time in NBA history a team has done that. Frank Vogel's not tired. In fact, he's speaking with Mike in the media.
Hey, Frank, can I ask you about tonight's win in the context of the other 2 overtime victories as well, and just what the patterns that you've seen are, and how you would break that down?
Yeah, look, these are the toughest games to play. You know, when you have a sub 500 team that comes in with guys out. You know what I mean? Everybody on their team is getting extra opportunity. They got an opportunity to sort of be the go-to guy, and I've seen that. I think we've seen that with a few different games, both Detroit and these 2 OKC games. And we certainly got to be better. We're not making things easy on ourselves, but at the end of the day, we're doing enough to grind things out in the second half, and do what we need to do to get that W. So happy to get 3 wins, but certainly we got to be better.
Frank, what have you seen from some of the offseason acquisitions, whether it's Shooter or Matthews, these last couple games, specifically in Harold as well, and how big have those guys been, and kind of that new energy coming in, integrating into the system?
Yeah, and THT too. And Mark, I think Mark's really getting into a groove, in particular on the defensive end. Really anchoring things for us in his minutes. Trez is picking up our defensive scheme too, a little bit better each game. Providing some real necessary offensive punch. Dennis is all over the place, with his basket attacks and his defense. And obviously West the last 2 games was key to us getting 2 Ws.
Dan?
These types of games are the hardest. You guys did it on Saturday. You did it again on Monday. Obviously again tonight. Why do you think it was hard all 3 nights? Why wasn't there an adjustment at some point that it was like, okay, lesson learned? And then I guess secondly, just how tired is your group right now, knowing that they played those 4 overtime periods in those 3 games?
Yeah, we're not being worried about being tired. We're a no excuse team, and as to why it was difficult, I think each of the 3 games is a little bit different. We just took a little while each game to figure out our opponent. So, just one of those things, we got to be better, but we recognize that, hey, teams lose games like this, we weren't at our best in these 3 games, but we found a way to grind them out, and we're happy to get 3 Ws.
Hey, Trez, back-to-back overtime games, something you guys are well aware of, but it's the first time it's happened for the Lakers organization since '91. What does it take here again for the 3rd straight time, especially of these last 2 being undermanned, to do what you guys have been able to do, especially here tonight?
Really it's just about going out and, playing a full-length game. We can't get composed with, running lackadaisical offense. They kept playing and fighting all the way to the end. They hit some big-time shots, and then when you got guys who are out, other guys take advantage of it, and that's what they did. Guys was feeling comfortable, guys was feeling good, hit some tough shots, but overall we played all the way through. It took us another overtime to get a win, but hey, it is what it is.
One thing all teams are dealing with is finding the practice time right now. One thing you guys talk a lot about is how you are learning on the fly. What kind of pressure does that put on you guys defensively? I know tonight some moments down the stretch, especially, you guys were getting on one another in a professional manner because you wanted coverages to go the way that they did not. What is that process like for you guys as a team as you're trying to figure that out and continue to be that top defensive team in the league?
It just goes to show you that guys are, locked in on the defensive end. Even when we're having mishaps and, breakdown of different coverages, guys are getting on one another and kind of coaching each other on where we need to be, and just coaching each other for the next play or the next couple of plays, really, man. So everybody's tied in on the same end, man. Like I said, those guys stepped up and was ready to play. They felt comfortable and was hitting some tough shots, man. Give them credit, but. Like I said, we fought to the end, came out with a big win at home, and just trying to continue to keep it going further.
Thanks, Trez.
All right, let's go to Dan Wojcicki. Hey, Trez, can you remember playing 3 games in your career that seemed so similar like this, just in terms of blow. You guys having to come back, having to go to overtime. And how have you guys not been able to kind of fix some of those things that you talked about fixing after both the Pistons game and the first Thunder game?
Well, my career, no. I started off my career pretty slow with not playing and stuff like that. So, no, I haven't really seen that in my career. But as far as, on the fly, I guess you would say, guys are really just basically locked in on, the little time that we do have when we get in the gym with one another. But guys on this team are, veteran guys, man. We have a great leadership in the locker room with a lot of veteran guys, Mark, Wes, Brian, AD, Doug, Keith, man. There's a lot of older guys in our locker room who's been around this league for a while, man. So they do a great example by, just getting the younger guys in, the different things that he wants to be in, including myself, man. There's guys that's been here on this team from last year that, I still learn from, and, even going into timeouts, AD is just coaching me, telling me different things on the floor. So everybody's really just tied in together, man, and I think that's a great thing for us right now.
What did it take to get over the hump in this one after going down big in that first half?
That's something we have to address, obviously. 3 straight overtimes, no matter if it's a win, whatever. It's kind of unacceptable by our standards, but, I think we did a good job of just getting timely stops and, hit a few baskets. So.
Kuz, we've talked a lot of times just about the unique situation of this year with no fans, the pandemic. How are you guys managing all that in games like tonight when you're trying to find the energy?
Yeah, we just got to try to find the energy. It's up to, us on a daily basis to, just be committed to one another and, really just committed to excellence and, trying to pull out any type of energy that we can kind of find. Obviously, we have no fans, and that's a big part of, for us as professional athletes of, getting that energy, but we got to get it from the love of the game and holding everyone accountable for it. So
you led the team in rebounding once again tonight, Kuz. I know that's been a focus of yours this year. What is it about there that rebounding? We think about it as just as effort, right? But I know it's more than that. How much is that an important part of your game?
Man, it's big for this team. I'm trying to be a star in my role, and just trying to help the team try to win. No matter what it is, come off the bench, start. I'm just out there just. Playing basketball, playing free, and playing with a sense of joy, trying to, get wins. So,
Kuz, we appreciate the time, man.
Yep, appreciate it.
All right, take a look at the Laker leaders for the night. Dennis Schroeder with 19.7 rebounds, 5 assists. Kyle Kuzma, 1 rebound shy of a double-double. He had a good night tonight. LeBron James does his usual thing, 25, 6, and 7. Montrezl Harrell was fantastic. 20 points, 8 of 10 from the field. 2 blocks. I want to talk about Trez in a moment. But, guys, there were a couple of big threes. LeBron hit one at the end of regulation to send it to overtime. Wes Matthews had a huge 3 to take that lead in overtime. But I want to show that last play. Heads up by LeBron James. Remember, right before that, he had an ISO with a 1-point lead. Continues to run.
Smart play. Smart play. I learned a long time ago, you have to be running to the ball in those situations. You can't be waiting for it. That's why LeBron was able to get through there. But you're right, Geeter, saving it, getting it back in, forcing them to put up a really tough shot with the clock running down was good D.
I said this before the season started, and we've talked a lot about it since. There are going to be nights where Montrezl Harrell and his motor will get you through. Tonight was a Montrezl Harrell type of night. The energy was not there. Mike Trudell has talked a lot about it, and so have we. He's there at Staples Center. It's just really tough. And it is really hard for everyone to understand, but there's just no vibe in there. It's no matter what the DJ does, no matter what everyone does, there's no fans. So it is hard, and we're seeing that across the league for home teams. Montrezl Harrell brought that energy tonight. James, 20 points, 8 of 10. He's 75% from within 5 feet. Only what, Christian Wood and Giannis are better. Does he need more shots? Especially on a night like tonight? I think you need to feed him even more, James.
Yeah, he's a 6'8", 6'9", energized battery. In situations when AD was out, I think they've been going to him, more often. In a game like this, I could see him getting, 4 or 5 more shots, but you don't want to have to force it. You want it to come naturally. So I think it did for him. His game usually comes natural for him. Offensive rebounds, post up, quick moves to the bucket, trying to draw fouls. So, I like what I saw. But